Cassandra Goth is probably one of my favorite townies in The Sims 4. I've always kind of had a soft spot for Cassie, but I just hate her house. I know it's mean, and it's not even really her fault. I mean, like, it's her parents' house. It's Bella's fault. But there's just something about this goth house that's kind of weird. It's a little bit iconic, I must say, but there's something about it that could use some work. Specifically, Cassandra's bedroom. The girl deserves better. It's got this horrible, I'm sorry, I know it's mean, but it has this horrible, like, base game pink swatch everywhere. This is the pink and purple swatch that we got in the base game, and we didn't get, like, any other good ones. So everything in the base game has this really vibrant kind of nightmarish pink color, and it all matches. It's just, it's not really my vibes. I just have different dreams for Cassie and a completely different vision for what I think she deserves. And so today, I think I want to go in and try to renovate her bedroom and update it, make it more teenager-like, and just kind of try to make it more fitting for her. So this is Cassandra Goth, as I'm sure many of you are familiar. She has the creative and gloomy traits, and she wants to be a musical genius. And you know what? I must say, the weather in Willow Creek right now is really fitting the vibes. But she also, if I could scroll to it, she likes idealist Sims. Oh, she doesn't have likes and dislikes. Okay, that's really annoying. That would be randomly generated. Okay, I have to pick my own likes and dislikes for Cassie. 1 second. So purely based on what we know about her, I think she likes black, obviously. And I think she probably also likes pink, but like a hot pink, a horrible hot pink. She probably enjoys a handful of musical instruments too. We can make her like piano and guitar. Maybe she enjoys a bit of violin. I am also unfortunately going to cheat the weather quickly because the rain is kind of distracting when I try to build, because you can see it like on top of the room. It's not actually raining in here, but it looks like it sometimes. Okay, there we go. Cassandra also has level 2 violin skill and level 1 charisma skill. So not a lot of skills to work with, but a couple. In her room, I'm definitely going to give her a violin, but I might also give her a piano. Maybe not a full piano, but there is that little keyboard from City Living that might work. There's a piano right here in the hallway, but I mean, she's a teenager. She wants to have her own space and her own room, so I think I'll give it to her in here too. Well, for starters, I am getting rid of literally all of these things. It does not fit my dreams. I want them to go away. I'm basically starting completely from scratch in here. I also kind of hate how tall the walls are. The tall wall height is just really not for me, but I'm not doing any structural changes today. Is she in Scouts? I just saw a Scouts board. Oh no, obviously it's Alexander. He's literally in a scouting uniform right now. Okay, sorry. Anyway, I'm not gonna do any structural changes. I'm just gonna decorate the room differently. This isn't meant to be a full goth renovation. It's meant to be a Cassandra Goth renovation only. I've done full goth house renos before, and frankly, I don't want to do that right now. So I'm focusing on just her room. And if I'm being honest, I'm also kind of pre-recording a little bit in case I lose power from the hurricane that's coming. So I mean, it's gonna be a small build on purpose. I just have a limited time to get these all recorded and edited and also uploaded before the storm comes, because you never know, we could lose power, we could lose internet, like maybe something worse could happen. So I just like to be prepared. But anyway, I think for this room, I kind of want to go through a lot of the stuff that comes with high school years, because there's a couple really nice beds that I think might fit. This first one, I think I like the style of a little bit better. I kind of like the fancy headboard. Part of me is kind of obsessed with these little skulls on this swatch as well. So that's definitely an option. The color scheme is a little bit lighter and more pastel, which maybe isn't the vibes, but we can see about working it. This one screams Sims 3 to me, which I kind of like. It also matches her skirt a little bit, which is a good thing. And then there's like just plain darker swatches. This one's not really purple. This one's all black. I really don't know what I want. I feel like the bed kind of determines everything as well, so we have to be sort of picky about that. I like this one. I don't think I like any of the other swatches for her, although maybe the red, but that does kind of completely depart from the original concept. You know what? I think I want to use this one. This one feels the most like her to me. Can I make her come stand in here while I do this? I'm sorry, Cassie. I need to use you as like a model. I need to have you in here for inspiration. It makes sense, right? You can see it. Oh my God, the room is huge. If it were up to me, I'd make it smaller and the walls shorter, but it's not, so I'm not gonna complain. I am gonna get her some pretty tall curtains, because this should help with the walls feeling so tall. Am I allowed to raise the windows up at all? just like a smidge. I know I said no structure, but that's not that bad. Think about how much better the house would look if it was medium wall height. Like, it's already a huge improvement, isn't it? Yeah, it is. I know I said no structure, but I promise that's the last thing. I won't do it again. If I had just done that and like not mentioned it, would you have noticed? You probably would have. I know you would have. Okay, what do we think about ghosts? I actually kind of like it, but I don't think that's the way. The spider webs are kind of iconic too. Also feeling ever so slightly obsessed with the bat wallpaper. We could do it in all gray. We're gonna need to find a way to get some more color in here. It's quite sad looking right now. That looks horrible. Do I need this window? It's ugly from the outside. I can remove it. That seems like a reasonable choice, okay? Maybe I could also give her a closet. I actually think that adding a walk-in closet and then slightly adjusting the door placement might be a nice way to split up the room. And if anyone's gonna have a closet, like the Goth family is the time. Okay, Cassie, I'm so sorry that I trapped you in here. You did not deserve that, but unfortunately it's too late now. I don't think I wanna do a really patterned wallpaper in the closet. I might do something a little bit more simple. She had this before in her original bedroom, so it might be kind of cute to like nod to it. I'll come back to the closet. Right now I need to think about what we're gonna do on the floor, because if we're gonna use this color scheme, like these two things, they don't match. So we're gonna have to think about something. If I need to, I guess we could always use the bat wallpaper in the closet instead, and then have something more plain in the rest of the room. I'm gonna look at blue and purple rugs, because I think all would be good. I also think that fuzzy rugs are a fun option, especially for like a teen's bedroom. I don't really know. Kind of struggling on the color scheme. I like that pastel purple though. You know, that might be really good. I'm feeling really unsure about the walls, so I'm gonna have to come back to that part too. For now, I'm gonna think about the furniture situation. So High School Years does have a couple really beautiful pieces. There's like these nice nightstands. There's even this really beautiful wardrobe. We probably don't need to have a wardrobe because we have this huge closet, but it is also just nice to have more furniture. Maybe I could get a bigger wardrobe. This is from the Horse Ranch pack. It does actually match the doors with the gold. Maybe we could use that. These nightstands are from the base game, which is maybe a little bit boring, but again, they match with the gold. Ooh, okay, this is an idea. This is a wallpaper from the Paranormal Stuff pack. It's dark, but I like it. Okay, and then maybe over here, we could build her like a built-in desk situation. I'm picturing that we could get bookshelves on either side, something like this. These bookshelves can also be really tall because the room is so big and the ceilings are so high. Admittedly, they might be too tall. I might have to do something a little bit smaller, something like that. And then if they're all black, of course the black swatch on these modular bookshelves isn't even that black, but maybe she can do slightly rainbow swatches. Yeah, I'm not really feeling obsessed with this. Maybe I do less books, because then it gives me space for more clutter. How about this? We could get some shelves above the desk as well. I don't know how many, but some. Maybe there could be like 3 sets. The lighting looks really strange on those. I don't know how this is gonna go. I think we have to do something different on the walls. I'm just really, really not liking the options that we have. I don't understand why there isn't more stuff that has a black trim. I'm just gonna paint them plain for now. There is a reason that I always do wallpaper last, and it's because there's just not what I want in the game. What I want doesn't exist. Our next step is to try and make this room just cuter. Like, I got these cute little star lights. Maybe she can have a little laptop. Honestly, this heart chair, not bad, and it comes in light purple. Oh, wait a minute. Maybe we could do different curtains, because these are a lot bigger, and they also have some more pretty stuff going on with them. It probably has better swatches too, because they're from the same pack. Actually, it doesn't really have better swatches, but that's okay. I guess we could bring in a little bit of this teal color, because there's like some blue in the bed. Gonna make sure to give her all kinds of cute little clutter places. I'm gonna make sure to give her all kinds of cute little clutter, so I'll go back through that. I also feel like a little bit of mess is kind of charming, so we could try to use something like that over here. I want to use a fun light, but the ceilings are so tall. Like, it's so high up. I guess that's okay. Maybe the mess could go in a different area, because this area is going to be kind of empty, so it might help to fill it up. Okay, now I'm going through and trying to pick out some cute clutter to keep on her desk. I'll give her some books. There's actually that really nice radio thing that also looks like a pencil case. This item. This is probably perfect to keep on the desk. And then it functions nicely, like your sim can listen to music. Well, Cassandra Goth can listen to music. I'm acting like I'm building this for you. No, I'm making this for Cassie. I doubt that anyone is actually gonna use this room, unless you maybe play with the Goth family, but I don't really know how many people do that, so. All placing is so annoying. It takes a lot to try and get it in the exact right spot where it's not clipping. Okay, I've got it right there. I think the candle has to come forward a little bit more. That seems okay, and it seems like it's not clipping at all. So we should be good there. Maybe we should get rid of one of the shelves and we can hang up some posters on this wall instead. Because I do like the layering of this. I think that's kind of cute. Annoyingly, that clips behind the back of the desk. So I may have to get a more plain looking desk, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. If anything, it might actually be a good thing. It's just a different color. Like the bookshelves are a different color than this, which kind of bothers me. Oh, I'm definitely gonna use this little corkboard somewhere. That's so cute. Actually, I think a lot of the pastel pop kit stuff is gonna work well in here. We just have to find some way to combine like this old furniture and these black accents with some cute brighter colors. Luckily, High School Years has a ton of clutter like this stuff that is perfect for this, because I have given myself a very large amount of shelf space to fill. I did not really think that part through, but that's okay. I also wanted to give her that keyboard that we talked about, so I may stick that over here, kind of in front of the window. Not really obsessed with any of the colors. This kind of is like a nod to her original bedroom, but maybe we could do something a little bit more simple like this one. She needs a violin too. I guess I'll stick that in the corner. We'll try and make like a music area. I have an idea also about something else we can do for lights that kind of screams teenager's room. I just don't know if it's gonna be too much. Also from High School Years, there's like these LED light strips, and I just don't know like if I use that, is it gonna be so bad? Because I can try and make that like a deeper purple, and I guess that'll give some fun purple accent lighting into the room. It certainly does not help with this part looking like two different colors from the desk though. Maybe I'll put it somewhere else. I guess it could go on the wall behind the bed. There's one other thing from High School Years that I was kind of thinking about using, but I might have to rearrange the room to do it, because I fear that this looks strange when it's just kind of floating in the middle of the room. I don't know, I guess to do it around the bed, I think the bed kind of has to be up against a wall. Well, unless of course we decide it looks cool. When I've done it before, like I was saying, I kind of had the bed up against a corner, so like the bed would be over here and we'd have the canopy stuff like this, and I kind of liked it better like that. I might let it stay there for a second because it's growing on me. Sometimes I have to just let things sit so I can think about them, and this is one of those times. Oh, this would be cute if we could have a sofa somewhere. Probably not gonna fit though. I do like this little cart with some art supplies. And then I'm wondering about posters, because I'm not super sure how fancy this room is gonna be. Like, I don't really know if posters are gonna be good or if they'll be super out of place. Ooh, you know what? The tapestry fits perfectly in that gap with the desk. That's kind of cool. Maybe I can put her little calendar over here instead. I think that helps tie the colors together. I really need to pick a wallpaper. Okay, we have to just commit. I cannot sit here and talk about tying colors together any longer unless I actually pick a color. So I am a little bit okay with something relatively plain. It's not my first choice, but something simple like this with maybe like an accent wall somewhere or something might be good. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. No, that won't work. I do have this, which is kind of interesting and maybe cute. So that's an idea to put somewhere. There's also obviously these little pastel pop kit things, which will definitely fit. It's just hard because when you size them up, they have the weird shadow. And I don't really think that I guess the shadow is hidden behind this bed, but I don't think them being that big even looks that good because it's very small. It almost needs to have like two of them. I want like a big wide gallery wall above the bed if we're gonna do that. That is not even remotely what I want color scheme wise at all. So that's not gonna work. There's like the light pastel pink, also not gonna work. Oh, records would be so cute. Maybe I could try and make my own little gallery wall. If we just go through and find all the best items, like various posters that'll work. There's a picture of Bella Goth and Cassandra Goth. We have to use that. I guess this is the time to use this picture as well. This may fit in now. And then maybe like one more picture. Okay, that looks like the Goth house. Is there maybe a horizontal one? We need some more size variety for these. This might work if we size it down, just to like help fill in spaces. If we assume that Cassandra likes music, which she does, because, well, she's got that aspiration. These vinyls on the wall could be cool. Oh no, I have not got a clue what I am trying to do right now. This is so much harder than I thought it was gonna be. I actually don't even think it looks good. I was trying to mix and match frame colors, but it wasn't working for me. I don't think that these records work either. This frame doesn't come in black. I wanna use it, but it doesn't, like I can't, it doesn't fit. Maybe I could put it on the desk, pretending that it's hung up. I'm kind of in the mood for a more simple looking wall. What if we did this? That adds some color. It kind of ties back to the original room. And then it's not as messy. All the things actually fit together. I'm trying to put some clutter on the nightstands because that ties in more of the purple. I like the idea of this too, but I don't like the tray. And the black swatch of the tray has an orange candle, and I don't really want an orange candle. Okay, clutter on the nightstand helps. Now I have to clutter up all of these shelves over here because we have a lot of them. I'm gonna try and put a ton of different decor options around. Oh, I'm gonna pick that darker set of books. That looks way better. Okay, so there's books up there. There's like some art supplies. There's a llama by the picture of Cassie and her mom, which doesn't come in any decent colors because why would it? Okay, we'll do blue. I like the phone and keys. I might put that on her desk also. Oh, maybe I could use this cute little animal plant up high. Does that have, oh, there's a purple swatch. Okay, that could work. Maybe just a basket of some sort. We could try and bring in some of that dark blue color. I don't know. I'm really just going through every single thing that I see and trying it out to find out if it works. I like this little butterfly picture. Can I pretend that this little fox thing is like a trash can underneath her desk? Oh, she wears glasses. We can put some glasses there. And then maybe like this little cat. I totally picture the Goth family having a black cat. If they had pets, they would have a black cat. I would know as a current owner of 4 black cats because I found 3 kittens in a sewer and I have their mom with me too. So I'm actually a recent expert in the field of black cats. Oh, I can shove some board games up high. That could be good. Maybe I'll pick one of each. I bet Cassie would like board games. And then I can just raise up this basket myself to put in the shelf. Oh, good, it's floating. Okay, of course it is. Oh, these slot to it? Oh, that's kind of cool. Wait, I'm sorry. This is a different vibe. I'm just trying something. I might not like it. Oh, well, it doesn't, never mind. It doesn't fit. It didn't go all the way to the end. Okay, false alarm. This cute little cloud light might be a nice touch in the shelf. Yeah, I've decided to get rid of the second shelf. I think I want just one in the middle across the top like that. I think it looks better. And that way I can have a bigger picture of her and her mom. I'm gonna stick this little basket of laundry inside of the cart. We'll pretend that she did some washing and just kind of shoved it there because we all do it. We've all done it. We'll keep doing it. And then in her closet, I was gonna do little custom built-ins, but I kind of like these clothing racks from high school years better. One thing we have to keep in mind is that she wears pretty much all black. Like almost all of her outfits, all black. So I kind of want to just put, I guess, some black clothes in here. There is a really nice mirror. There's one from Jungle Adventure that's enormous. This one. We could totally use that, maybe in like black and gray swatch. And then I will line up all of her shoes underneath the clothing rack. I'm gonna put them on both sides. It's the same shoes, but you can't really tell. If I pick different colors, it hopefully won't be as obvious. Yeah, okay. That's nice. There you go, Cassie. You've got your own closet. No one else in the house has a closet. The parts that I'm struggling with now are this empty wall and all of this. I don't know what to do with all of this. Okay, maybe if we got some little poofs. Oh, this one comes in, okay, that's better. I like that dark purple color. It's also a little bit smaller, so it'll probably fit more. So we could get one purple one and one black one kind of in the corner there. Then we can pretend that if she's got friends over or anything, she can sit there with them and hang out. Bright gold mirror. Is that too much? Maybe. So I'll do it in black. Okay, that's better. The big giant mirror helps, and then she can stand there and take her selfies. That's cute. I hate the tall walls. If the walls were short, I would be so much happier. I just think it would look so much cuter if the walls were short. I just struggle so much with the walls being tall. Tall walls are my greatest weakness. I much prefer like small, cozy rooms, but I said I wasn't gonna make any serious structural changes, and I already made the walls shorter once. I'm actually gonna give her a third poof. I know she already has a couple, but I kind of want to put some makeup and earrings on it. I used this elsewhere too, but I feel like I like the idea of her sitting on the floor there to do her makeup. I used to do that when I was in high school. I'll stick her violin back in the corner. Maybe the dirt is the problem. Maybe we do no mess? It actually looks better with no mess. It gives her some open space to work with. You know, maybe the room is done, unless I wanted to add a couple other little things. Like we could get some photos hung up on the wall over here. Oh, maybe I could give Cassie a nightlight. That's so cute. And then the last thing, I was there looking for this, but the last thing would be these little fairy lights. I think I might hang some up at the top of the curtains. There's sort of a theme of fairy lights everywhere, so I kind of want to continue it. And I think with that, the room might be done. I don't know. It's definitely weird. The shape is weird. The walls are too tall. If it was like shorter and smaller, it would be cozier and I'd like it more. But considering what we had to work with, I think it turned out all right. And then she's got space to do her school projects over here in the corner. I've always been so jealous of these like canopies. How cool does that look? Okay, yeah, I'm happy with this room. I hope that you liked this video. Again, a little different for me, but I'm trying to be, you know, cautious of the hurricane. So hopefully by the time you see this, the hurricane will have passed. Nothing will be wrong. Everyone's gonna be fine. We're usually okay here in Central Florida in Orlando. Obviously, places like on the coast don't always have that luxury. So I'm keeping you all in my thoughts. You can follow me on like Twitter and Instagram and stuff for updates. I'm kind of trying to move away from Twitter a little bit here, as I think many of you are, but I'll be on Instagram more. And with that, I'm gonna end this video right here, and I will catch you all tomorrow. Okay, bye everybody. Let me know if I should try and do any other townie renovations, because I actually am kind of feeling inspired to redo the Goth house again, which is bad and dangerous, but maybe I could do it, and maybe I could do it better. Like the whole house.